Here in Greensboro, North Carolina, Grand Over Resort, we have Coach Tony Elliot. Coach, what a great day to be here in Greensboro. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Just grateful for the opportunity to be here and be a part of this event.
Absolutely. FCA really honors you being here today, spending some time sharing your story.
Oh, it's a great opportunity for me to give back to FCA, and I'm looking forward to sharing my testimony because FCA had a huge part in where I am today, and I'm excited to be able to give back just a little bit to an organization that gave so much to me.
Absolutely. Coach, a couple of questions for you. Number one, how has FCA affected the football community and the athletic community at UVA?
Oh, great question. And when you look at it, there's a lot of parallels between football and ministry and the faith. And to have an opportunity to partner with FCA and have a chaplain on staff with us. Actually, we got two because we had transition, and so we were able to supplement with two individuals that have done an outstanding job of connecting with our young men, not just on our football team, but within the athletic department. And I think it's important that at this stage in life that you give young men and young women an opportunity to grow in their faith as they continue to figure out who they are in life.
Absolutely. Also, Coach, why do you think it's important for athletes to establish a strong moral compass during their formative years in college?
When you think about college, this is the time where you're trying to figure out who you are. And the question to what is purpose in life and why am I here? Why was I created? Why do I exist? A lot of times you really start to think about those things in college. So it's important to create an organization and have opportunities for guys and gals to be able to expand upon their faith. And it's important going forward because once they get out into the real world, at the end of the day, what they're going to lean back on is their education and their foundation of faith. So it's important that they spend those years really diving into who they are, what they believe, because it's going to be tested in the years ahead.
Since the tragic events from this past football season, how has the team and the coaches responded?
It's been it's hard to describe what we've been through over the last 6 months, something that none of us ever thought that we would be in the middle of. But been really proud of the staff, proud of the players for the choice that they made. I mean, this is one of those defining moments in life where you have a choice to make excuses or you have a choice to stand and persevere. And that's what everyone within the organization has chose to do. They said, you know what, we're going to take this as an opportunity to develop ourselves, and we're going to hold strong to the mindset of taking a tragedy and turning it into a triumph. So the response has been really awesome from the community. Everybody has poured in and held us up in our moments of weakness, and now we're looking forward for an opportunity to be able to return the favor by the way that we move forward, by the way that we go to class, by the way that we engage on campus, and by the way that we play on Saturdays.
What would you like to share with our viewing audience about why it is important to support Fellowship of Christian Athletes?
When I think about that question and how to answer that, I would just say that I'm not standing here if it wasn't for the gift of God's game plan that came through my affiliation with FCA. It was that version of the Bible that really helped me to dive into my faith and start to find answers to the questions because of the commentary that was available, not just the text in the Bible. And you think about sport. You know, sport is one of the last frontiers in society where people can unify. Same thing with the faith. That's the intention of both. So I think it's important that you support the FCA because it's going to give young men and young women an opportunity to be exposed to the gospel when they may not otherwise, in their lives outside of sport, be exposed to the gospel. And so it's an opportunity to mend the two that go so well together. I think about the Apostle Paul, and the reason that I'm attracted to him so much is because of his references to sport. He talks a lot about sport in the good book. So I think it's important that you support FCA to give young men and young women an opportunity to be exposed to the faith, because at the end of the day, as I said before, what you're going to stand on when it's all said and done is your education and your faith.
Coach, you're from Watersville, California. How did you find your way from there to here in the great eastern part of North Carolina?
Yeah, so I don't know if we have enough time for me to go into all of the details, but my dad's is from South Carolina, from Charleston, South Carolina. My mom was living in California at the time that they met. My dad was stationed out in Monterey Bay in the military, and after some tragic events that happened early in my life, I was forced to move back to South Carolina to be raised by one of my aunts, one of my dad's older sisters, and then I ended up staying here on the East Coast and going to Clemson, and then getting into coaching and coaching at South Carolina State and coaching at Furman and coaching at Clemson and now at UVA, and standing here today because of my experiences through FCA and also through the impact that my aunt made in my life.
Coach, you majored in as an industrial engineer. Now, how did you transition from being an industrial engineer working at Michelin now to as a football coach, head coach at UVA?
All right, so we don't have enough time to go into all the details on that, but that was my life plan. After I really, found myself from an academic standpoint and saw the importance of education, I realized that I wanted to go into something that had to do with math, and that's how I became an engineering major at Clemson and went to work for 2 years at Michelin Tire Company. Had a great career, had a great job, great boss. Everything was going well, but each day that I woke up, I didn't feel like I was fulfilling purpose, that I was using my testimony to impact young people. So I decided that I wanted to make a transition into coaching and kind of went through the process of interviewing and ended up getting an opportunity to go down to South Carolina State with Buddy Pugh to coach the wide receivers, and that started my coaching career.
Coach, FCA, Greensboro, thank you for being here on today.
No, I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity.